This is Recipe for Sleep, a podcast where we dust off very old cookbooks and let them lull us into dreamland. We'd love for you to join our community at thanksalt.com, where I share my own recipes and stories. I'm Erin Brindley, a chef and storyteller. In this podcast, I read old cookbooks to you until you fall asleep. We always start a little the same, which, if you listen enough, helps tell your mind it's time for sleep. This week, we'll read from the Queen, the OG of old cookbooks for home cooks, Fanny Merritt Farmer. The Fanny Farmer cookbook is still in print, 100 years later. So we'll be reading from another one of her wonderful cookbooks, What to Have for Dinner. This is a doorstopper of a cookbook at over 250 pages, and it is broken into 3 sections: family dinners, dinners for occasions, and company and formal dinners. Like our last episode, this is a book of menus. This week, we'll read part 1, which is all about feeding the family. Although you'll not find weeknight, on the table in 30 minutes, or one-pot meals here. These are multi-course affairs. So, turn the lights out. Put away anything you were doing and snuggle deep into your sweet covers. Imagine the kitchen of your mind. There are 2 cupboards there. Yesterday's cupboard, for all the things that have already happened that your mind wants to chew on. And tomorrow's cupboard, for all of the things that you're going to do, or what's going to happen later. It's time to put everything away in those cupboards. Imagine closing each one. You made it to this cozy, quiet time of day where there's nothing to do but listen to me read you old cookbooks until you drift off to sleep. Now, let's let Fanny tell us what to have for dinner. A book of good dinners for my friend, or What to Have for Dinner, by Fanny Merritt Farmer. Published in New York City by Dodge Publishing Company, 55 Fifth Avenue. Copyright 1905 by Dodge Publishing Company. Contents. Part 1. Family Dinners. 24 menus. Pages 3 through 100. Part 2. Dinners for Occasions. Thanksgiving, 2 menus, 101 to 114. Christmas, 2 menus, 115 to 128. Lent, 2 menus, 129 to 139. Easter, 2 menus, 140 to 150. Warm weather, 3 menus, 151 to 162. Emergency, 2 menus, 163 to 169. Part 3. Company and formal dinners. Company, 10 menus, 170 to 230. Formal, 4 menus, 231 to 259. Table of measures and weights. 2 cups butter equals 1 pound. 4 cups flour equals 1 pound. 2 cups granulated sugar equals 1 pound. 2 2/3 cups powdered sugar equals 1 pound. 2 2/3 cups brown sugar equals 1 pound. 1 7/8 cups rice equals 1 pound. 4½ cups coffee equals 1 pound. 2 cups finely chopped meat equals 1 pound. 9 large eggs equals 1 pound. 1 square baker's chocolate equals 1 ounce. 1/3 cup chopped nuts equals 1 ounce. 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. 16 tablespoons equals 1 cup. 4 tablespoons butter equals 1 ounce. 4 tablespoons flour equals 1 ounce. Note: remember that in the following receipts, all measurements are made level. Measuring cups, holding 1/2 pint, divided into thirds or quarters, are used. Also, tea and table measuring spoons. What to have for dinner. Part 1. Family dinners. Menu number 1. After much meditation and experience, I have divined that it takes as much sense and refinement and talent to cook a dinner, wash and wipe a dish, make a bed and dust a room, as goes into the writing of a novel or shining in high society. Rose Terry Cook. Tomato soup, croutons, rib roast of beef, brown gravy, roasted potatoes, dried lima beans, Macedon salad, apple charlotte. Tomato soup. 1 can tomatoes. 2 cups white stock or water. 10 peppercorns. 1/4 bay leaf. 3 cloves. 2 slices onion. 1 teaspoon sugar. 1 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon soda. 3 tablespoons butter. 2 tablespoons flour. Cook first 6 ingredients 15 minutes. Force through a strainer and add sugar, salt, and soda. Melt butter, add flour, and cook 1 minute. Then add 1/3 the hot soup, and when well thickened and smooth, add remaining soup. Serve with croutons. Croutons. Cut stale bread in 1/3 inch slices, remove crusts, and cut slices in 1/3 inch cubes. Put in dripping pan and bake until delicately browned, stirring frequently that cubes may brown evenly. Rib roast of beef. Wipe a rib roast. Place on rack in dripping pan. Sprinkle with salt and dredge meat in bottom of pan with flour. Place in a hot oven, and when slightly browned, reduce heat and baste with fat in pan, continuing the basting every 15 minutes during the cooking. A 5-pound rib roast, when cooked rare, requires 1 hour and 5 minutes, while a 10-pound roast requires 1.5 hours. Brown gravy. Remove fat from pan, leaving 3 tablespoons. Add 3 tablespoons flour and stir until well browned. Pour on, gradually, while stirring constantly, 1 1/2 cups boiling water. Bring to boiling point, season with salt and pepper, then strain. Roast potatoes. Wash and pare potatoes, and parboil 12 minutes in boiling salted water. Drain and Place on rack and pan where meat is roasting and bake until soft. Baste with flattened pan when basting the meat. Dried lima beans. 1½ cups dried lima beans, 1 tablespoon butter, 3/4 cup cream, salt, pepper. Soak beans overnight in cold water. Drain, add cold water to cover, and bring slowly to boiling point. Let simmer until tender. Drain, add cream, butter, salt, and pepper. Macédoine salad. 1 cup each cold-cooked carrots and turnips cut into strips. 1 cup cold-cooked potatoes cut in balls. 1 cup cold-cooked string beans. 2 tablespoons parsley, finely chopped. Marinate the vegetables separately with French dressing. Arrange in sections on a dish, having the base of shredded lettuce. Garnish with lettuce and sprinkle chopped parsley all over it. To shred lettuce, remove leaves from stalk, wash, drain, and cut in narrow strips using scissors. French dressing. 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 3 drops onion juice, 4 tablespoons olive oil, 2 tablespoons vinegar. Mix ingredients in order given and stir until well blended. Apple charlotte. 1½ cups applesauce, 4 slices stale bread, butter, 1/3 cup sugar. Put applesauce in buttered, shallow baking dish. Remove crusts from bread, butter generously, cut in triangles, and arrange on top of sauce as closely as possible. Sprinkle with sugar and bake in a moderate oven until bread is browned. Serve with a thin cream. Menu number 2. The art of cooking, when not allied with a degenerate taste or with gluttony, is one of the criteria of a people's civilization. Corn mock bisque. Roast chicken with bread stuffing. Giblet gravy. Boiled rice. Sautéed eggplant. Stuffed green peppers. Prune pudding. Custard sauce. Café noir. Corn mock bisque soup. 1 can corn. 1 quart milk. 1 slice onion. 3 tablespoons flour. 1/4 cup cold water. 1/2 can tomatoes. 1/4 teaspoon soda. 1/3 cup butter. 2 teaspoons salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 1/8 teaspoon paprika. Scald milk with corn and onion. Mix flour with cold water to form a smooth paste and add to scalded milk. Then cook 20 minutes, stirring constantly at first, and rub through a sieve. Cook tomatoes 10 minutes, add soda, and rub through a sieve. Combine mixtures and strain into tureen in which is butter in small pieces and seasonings. Roast chicken. Dress, clean, stuff, and truss a 4-pound chicken. Rub entire surface with salt and spread breasts and legs with soft butter using 4 tablespoons. Place on back on rack in dripping pan and dredge bird and bottom of pan, generously with flour. Place in a hot oven, and when flour is well browned, reduce heat and baste. Turn, having breast side down, and baste every 10 minutes during the remainder of the cooking, using 1/4 cup butter, melted in 3/4 cup boiling water. Add more water if necessary to prevent burning. A 4-pound chicken requires from 1 1/2 to 1 3/4 hours. If a chicken is roasted breast down, the breast meat is more juicy and of finer flavor than it otherwise would be. Stuffing. 1 1/2 cups soft breadcrumbs, 1/2 cup boiling water, 1/3 cup butter, poultry seasoning, salt, pepper. Melt butter in water and add to breadcrumbs, then add seasonings to taste. If stuffing is to be served cold, add 1 beaten egg, which makes it easier to slice. Giblet gravy. Wash heart, liver, gizzard, neck, and tips of wings of chicken. Put in a saucepan and add 3 cups cold water. Bring slowly to boiling point and let simmer until meat is tender. Remove heart, liver, and gizzard and chop finely. Pour off liquid in pan in which chicken has been roasted. From the liquid, skim off 3 tablespoons fat. Return to roasting pan and brown with 3 tablespoons flour. Pour on gradually while stirring constantly 1 1/2 cup stock in which giblets, heart, liver, and gizzard were cooked. Season with salt and pepper, strain, and add chopped giblets. Boiled rice. Wash and pick over 1 cup rice. Put 4 quarts water in a kettle with 2 tablespoons salt and bring to boiling point. Add rice, a little at a time, so as not to check boiling of water. Boil 25 minutes or until soft. Drain in coarse strainer and put over 1 quart hot water. Place strainer over kettle containing a little hot water. Place on back of range and let steam until each kernel is dry. Sautéed eggplant. Pare an eggplant. Cut in 1/4 inch slices and sprinkle with salt. Pile slices and put a weight on top, allowing it to remain 1/2 hour, thus expressing juice. Dip each slice in flour and sauté in butter until crisp and brown. Stuffed green peppers. 6 mushrooms finely chopped. 1 cup raw veal, finely chopped. 2/3 cup soft breadcrumbs. Salt. 6 green peppers. 2 tablespoons butter. 1/2 onion, finely chopped. 2 tomatoes, chopped. Cook peppers in boiling water 3 minutes. Cut a slice from stem end of each pepper and remove seeds. Cook onion and mushrooms in butter 5 minutes. Add veal and tomatoes and cook 5 minutes. Season highly with salt and fill pepper cases with mixture. Put in a buttered baking pan and bake 30 minutes in a hot oven, adding enough white stock to prevent peppers from burning. Prune pudding. 3/4 pound prunes, 1/2 cup sugar, whites 4 eggs. Wash and pick over prunes. Put in a saucepan, cover with cold water, and soak 2 hours. Cook in same water until soft, when water should be nearly evaporated. Remove stones and cut prunes in small pieces, then sprinkle with the sugar. Beat whites of eggs until stiff and add prunes gradually. Pour into a slightly buttered pudding dish and bake in a moderate oven 25 minutes. Chill and serve with custard sauce or whipped cream sweetened and flavored. Custard sauce. 1½ cups scalded milk, yolks 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons sugar, few grains of salt, ½ teaspoon vanilla. Beat egg yolks slightly, add sugar and salt, then add hot milk gradually while stirring constantly. Cook in double boiler until mixture thickens, stirring constantly at first and afterwards occasionally. Strain, chill, and flavor. Café Noir, boiled. 1 cup ground coffee, ½ cup cold water, ½ egg, 3 cups boiling water. Wash an egg and break, shell and all, into a cup and beat slightly. Mix coffee with 1/2 the egg and 1/2 the cold water. Turn into a graniteware coffee pot, which has been previously scalded with boiled water. Add boiling water. Stuff spout of coffee pot with soft paper. Place pot in front of range and let boil 3 minutes. Add remaining cold water and let stand on back of range where coffee will not boil for 10 minutes. Serve in after-dinner coffee cups with cut sugar. Menu number 3. The seat of courage is in the stomach. Black bean soup. Sautéed fillets of lamb, browned sweet potatoes, stewed celery in white sauce, baked squash, dressed lettuce, cheese sandwiches, Boston pudding with cream. Black bean soup. 2 cups black beans, 3 quarts cold water, 3 cloves, 4 peppercorns, 3 stalks celery, 1 onion sliced, 1 sliced carrot, 1 sliced turnip, bit of bay leaf, sprig of parsley, 1½ tablespoons butter, 1½ tablespoons flour, ½ tablespoon salt, few grains cayenne, 1 lemon cut in thin slices, 1 hard-boiled egg cut in thin slices. Soak beans overnight in cold water to cover. Drain, add cold water, bring to boiling point, and let simmer until soft, then force through a puree strainer. Cook seasoning in butter 5 minutes. Add flour and cook 1 minute. Then add soup with salt and cayenne. Put sliced lemon and egg in tureen and strain over the hot soup. Sautéed fillets of lamb. Order 2 pounds lamb, cut from forequarter. Remove bones and cut meat in strips 1 inch thickness. Then flatten with a cleaver to 3/4 inch in thickness. Arrange on a platter and pour over a marinade made by mixing 3 tablespoons olive oil, 3 tablespoons vinegar, 2/3 teaspoon salt, 1/2 onion finely chopped, and 1 tablespoon parsley finely chopped. Cover and let stand overnight or for several hours. Remove pieces of the vegetables from fillets and sauté in a hot frying pan using as little butter as possible. Browned sweet potatoes. Cut boiled sweet potatoes into slices 1/4 inch thick. Arrange in a shallow baking pan. Spread with softened butter. Sprinkle lightly with salt and paprika and bake in a hot oven until well browned. Stewed celery. Wash, scrape, and cut celery into 1-inch pieces. There should be 2 cups. Cook in boiling salted water until tender. Drain and add 1 cup white sauce. White sauce. 2 tablespoons butter. 2.5 tablespoons flour. 1 cup scalded milk. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 1/4 teaspoon salt. Put butter in a saucepan and stir until melted and bubbling. Add the flour and the seasonings and cook 1 minute. Pour on gradually while stirring constantly the hot milk. Beat until smooth and glossy using a wire whisk. Baked squash. Cut squash in pieces, removing seeds and stringy portions. Put in dripping pan and bake until soft. 5 minutes before squash is done, sprinkle with salt and grated soft mild cheese. Serve in the shells. Dressed lettuce. Remove leaves from stalks, discarding outside wilted ones. Wash in very cold water, drain, and dry on a towel. Arrange in as nearly the original shape as possible and serve with French dressing, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon pepper, 2 tablespoons vinegar, 4 tablespoons olive oil, few drops onion juice. Mix ingredients and stir or shake until well blended. Cheese sandwiches. Cut stale bread in very thin slices and spread 1/2 with the following mixture. Grate mild cheese and rub to a paste with soft butter, using 1/4 as much butter as cheese. Season highly with salt and cayenne. Cover with remaining slice of bread and cut in fancy shapes. Boston pudding. 5 slices entire wheat bread, cut 3/4 inch thick. 3 cups milk. 1/2 cup molasses. Butter. Remove crust from bread and butter slices generously. Arrange in shallow buttered pudding dish and pour over 3/4 of the milk mixed with molasses. Bake 3 hours in a very slow oven, stirring occasionally and adding remaining milk after first hour of cooking. Serve with thin cream. Menu number 4. To be equal, physically and mentally, to our day's work depends upon the food we eat. Onion soup. Fried smelts. Sauce tartare. French rolls. Broiled porterhouse beefsteak. Maitre d' hotel butter. Potato strips. Creamed turnips. Steamed chocolate pudding. Sterling sauce. Onion soup. 12 onions, small. 1/3 cup butter. 2.5 tablespoons flour. 1 quart milk. 1 teaspoonful salt. Few grains pepper. 2 egg yolks. 1 cup cream. Remove skin from onions and cut in thin slices. Add butter and cook 2 minutes. Set on back of range, cover tightly, and let simmer until soft but not brown. Sprinkle with flour, stir until well mixed, Then cook over a fire 3 minutes, stirring constantly. Add to milk and cook in double boiler for 1/2 hour. Rub through sieve and add seasonings. Beat egg yolks slightly and add cream gradually. Then add to soup just before serving. Fried smelts. Clean smelts. Sprinkle with salt and pepper and skewer into fancy shapes. Dip in crumbs, egg, and crumbs, and fry in deep fat. Drain and arrange on a folded napkin, garnish with parsley and lemon, and serve with sauce tartare. Sauce tartare. 1 teaspoon mustard, 1 teaspoon salt, few grains cayenne, 1/2 tablespoon each olives, pickles, and parsley, finely chopped. Yolks 3 eggs, 1 cup olive oil, 1 tablespoon vinegar, 1/2 teaspoonful onion juice, 1 tablespoon capers finely chopped, 1/2 tablespoon lemon juice. Mix mustard, salt, and cayenne. Add yolks of eggs unbeaten and stir until well mixed. Add oil gradually at first, drop by drop, beating constantly, and as mixture thickens, thin with vinegar, and after vinegar is used, lemon juice. Chill thoroughly, and just before serving, add remaining ingredients. Sauce tartare may be piled in lemon shells or cucumber cups or boats for individual service. French rolls. 1 cup milk, 1 yeast cake dissolved in 1/4 cup lukewarm water, flour, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 egg, yolk 1 egg, 4 tablespoons melted butter. Scald milk. When lukewarm, add dissolved yeast cakes and 1 1/2 cups of flour. Beat well, cover, and let rise until light. Add sugar, salt, eggs well beaten, butter, and enough more flour to knead. Knead. Let rise again. Shape into small biscuits. Place in rows on a board and cover with a cloth and pan. Let rise until light. Then roll on a board where there is no flour, using the hands until 6 inches in length. Place rolls 1 1/2 inches apart on a buttered sheet and bake 12 to 15 minutes in a hot oven, reducing the heat after the first 5 minutes. Broiled porterhouse beefsteak. Wipe a porterhouse steak with a cloth, wrung out of cold water, and trim off superfluous fat. Grease a wire broiler and lock meat in broiler, having fat edge next to handle. Broil over a clear fire, turning every 15 seconds during the first 2 minutes of the cooking to prevent escape of juices, and afterwards occasionally. Steaks cut 1 inch thick will require 5 minutes if liked rare, 6 minutes if liked well done. Remove to hot serving dish and spread with Maitre d' hotel butter, 1/4 cup butter, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 1 tablespoon finely chopped parsley. Put butter in a small bowl and with a wooden spoon work until creamy. Add salt, pepper, parsley, and lemon juice very slowly. Potato strips. Wash, pare, and cut potatoes in 1/8 inch slices. Cut slices in 1/8 inch strips. Soak 1 hour in cold water. Take from water, drain, and dry between towels, and fry in deep fat. Drain on brown paper and sprinkle with salt. Creamed turnips. Wash, pare, and cut turnips in 1/2-inch cubes. There should be 3 cups. Cook in boiling water 25 minutes or until soft, adding salt during the last 10 minutes of the cooking. Drain and add 1 cup white sauce. See page 14 under Family Dinners menu number 3. Steamed chocolate pudding. 1/4 cup of butter. 1/2 cup sugar. 1 egg. 2 1/4 cups flour. 4 1/2 teaspoons baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1 cup milk. 2 squares chocolate. Cream butter and add sugar gradually while beating constantly. Then add egg well beaten. Mix and sift dry ingredients and add to first mixture alternately with milk. Add chocolate melted. Beat thoroughly. Turn into a buttered mold. Cover and steam for 2 hours. Sterling sauce. 1/3 cup butter. 1 cup powdered sugar. 1/3 teaspoon lemon extract. 2/3 teaspoon vanilla. 2 tablespoons cream or milk. Cream the butter, add sugar gradually, and milk and flavoring drop by drop to prevent a separation. Menu number 5. The palate is the janitor. Unless he be reconciled, the most nutritious food will find no welcome. Fried scallops, coleslaw a la Touraine, pan-broiled mutton chops, sauce soubise, Parisian potatoes, creamed carrots, princess pudding, assorted nuts, raisins. Fried scallops. Put 1 quart scallops in strainer. Pour over 2 cups cold water and drain. Parboil in their own liquor and dry between towels. Sprinkle with salt and pepper and dip in fine breadcrumbs. Egg slightly beaten and diluted with 1 tablespoon milk, then in crumbs again. Fry 2 minutes in deep fat until well browned and drain on brown paper. Coleslaw a la Touraine. Select a small, heavy white cabbage. Take off outside leaves and cut cabbage in quarters. Slice 1/2 as thinly as possible using a sharp knife. Soak in cold or ice water until crisp. Drain and dry between towels. Arrange on a bed of watercress and cover with 1 small onion thinly sliced and separated into rings. Pour over a French dressing to which a few drops of onion juice are added, and garnish with rings of red and green peppers. Pan-broiled mutton chops, sauce soubise. Pan-broil mutton chops and serve with sauce soubise. Sauce soubise. Peel and slice 12 small mild onions and cook in boiling salted water until very soft. Drain and press out all water that is possible, then run through a sieve. There should be 1 cup onion puree. Melt 2 tablespoons butter, add 3 tablespoons flour, and pour on gradually, while stirring constantly, 1 cup milk. Season with salt, pepper, and cayenne, and add onion puree. Pour in center of hot chop dish and surround with pan-broiled mutton chops. Parisian potatoes. Wash and pare 8 small potatoes and soak in cold water 1/2 hour. Parboil in boiling salted water to cover 15 minutes. Drain and place in dripping pan and bake until soft, basting 3 times during the cooking with 1/3 cup of melted butter. Creamed carrots. Wash and scrape carrots and cut in 1/3 cubes. There should be 2 cups. Cook in boiling salted water, drain, and add 1 cup white sauce. White sauce. 2 tablespoons butter, 2½ tablespoons flour, 1 cup scalded milk, 1½ teaspoon pepper, 1/4 teaspoon salt. Put butter in saucepan and stir until melted and bubbling. Add the flour and seasonings and cook 1 minute. Pour on gradually while stirring constantly the hot milk. Beat until smooth and glossy using a wire whisk. Princess pudding. Yolks 3 eggs, 1/3 cup sugar, grated rind 1/2 lemon, 2 tablespoons lemon juice, 3/4 tablespoon granulated gelatin dissolved in 3 tablespoons boiling water, whites 3 eggs. Beat yolks of eggs until thick and lemon-colored, and add sugar gradually while beating constantly. Then add grated rind of lemon, lemon juice, and dissolved gelatin. As soon as mixture begins to thicken, cut and fold in whites of eggs beaten until stiff. Mold, chill, and serve with whipped cream. Menu number 6. The chief pleasure in eating does not consist in costly seasoning or exquisite flavor, but in yourself. Do you seek sauce by sweating? Horace. Carrot soup, braised beef, boiled potatoes with butter and parsley, fried parsnips, onion soufflé, spiced apples à la limon, café noir. Carrot soup. 2 cups carrot, cut in slices. 1/2 cup onion, cut in slices. 3 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons flour, 1 quart chicken stock, 2 cups milk, 1½ teaspoons salt, few grains cayenne. Cook vegetables in butter 5 minutes, then add flour and cook 2 minutes. Add to stock and cook until carrots are soft. Rub through a sieve. Add milk and seasonings. Braised beef. Wipe 3 pounds of beef cut from round. Sprinkle with salt and dredge with flour. Cut a 1-inch cube of fat salt pork in small pieces. Put in an iron frying pan and try out. Add beef and turn frequently until surface is well browned. Put in a braising pan and add 3 cups canned tomatoes, 1/4 cup each carrots, turnips, onion, and celery, cut in small pieces, 3 sprigs parsley, 2 cloves, and 10 peppercorns. Cover tightly and cook in a slow oven for 4 hours. Remove to hot serving dish. Rub tomatoes through a sieve and thicken with 1 tablespoon flour mixed with cold water to form a thin paste. Pour sauce around the meat. Boiled potatoes with butter and parsley. Wash, pare, and soak 8 medium-sized potatoes in cold water to cover for 1/2 hour. Cook in boiling salted water until soft. Drain and return to hot saucepan in which they were cooked. Pour over 1/3 cup melted butter and 1 tablespoon finely chopped parsley. Let stand on the back of the range until serving time. Fried parsnips. Wash parsnips using a small brush to remove all particles of dirt. Cook in boiling salted water 1 hour or until soft. Drain, cover with cold water, again drain, and rub off skins. Cut lengthwise in slices 1/4 inch thick. Sprinkle with salt, dredge with flour, and sauté in butter until brown. Onion soufflé. Cook onions in boiling salted water until soft. Drain and force through a sieve. There should be 1 1/4 cup onion pulp. Melt 4 tablespoons butter, add 4 tablespoons flour, and pour on gradually 1/3 cup water in which onions have been cooked and 1/3 cup cream. Then add onion pulp. Season with salt and pepper. Beat yolks of 3 eggs until thick and lemon-colored, and add to first mixture. Cut and fold into whites of eggs, beaten until stiff and dry. Turn into a buttered baking dish and bake 25 minutes in a moderate oven. Serve at once. Spiced apple a la Lyman. 6 large apples, 3/4 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup water. Wipe, core, and pare apples and arrange in a baking dish. Mix sugar, cinnamon, and salt and fill cavities. Add water and bake until apples are soft, baking often with the syrup and dish. Remove from oven, cool slightly, and pile meringue on top of each apple. Return to oven and bake 8 minutes. Chill and serve with sugar and cream. Meringue. Whites 2 eggs, 4 tablespoons powdered sugar, ½ teaspoon vanilla. Beat whites of eggs until stiff and add sugar gradually, continuing the beating, then add vanilla. Café Noir, filtered. Scald coffee pot with freshly boiled water. Put 1/2 cup finely ground coffee into the filter and pour through 3 cups freshly boiled water, adding 1 cup at a time. If preferred stronger, refilter. By some people, a few grains of salt are considered an improvement. Serve in after-dinner coffee cups with cut sugar. Menu number 7. We grow like what we eat. Bad food depresses. Good food exalts us, like an inspiration. Julienne soup, broiled fowl, celery sauce, riced potatoes a la Kohlberg, spinach, Swedish style, tomato jelly salad, health food bread sandwiches, chocolate ice cream with Zwieback. Julienne soup, 1½ quarts brown soup stock, 1/3 cup each carrot and turnip, 1/4 cup string beans, 2 tablespoons canned green peas. Cut carrot, turnip, and string beans into very thin strips, 1 inch long, and cook in boiling salted water until soft. Add to brown stock with peas. Brown soup stock. 5 pounds shin of beef, 2½ quarts cold water, 1/3 cup each carrot, turnip, celery, and onion cut in small pieces, 10 peppercorns, 4 cloves, 1/2 bay leaf, 1 sprig thyme, 1 sprig marjoram, 2 sprigs parsley, 1 tablespoon salt. Wipe beef and cut in 1/2 inch cubes. Brown 1/4 of meat in hot frying pan in marrow from marrow bone. add cold water to remaining meat and bone and let stand 1/2 hour. Then add browned meat. Bring slowly to boiling point. Cover and let simmer 7 hours. Add vegetables and seasonings and let simmer 1 hour. Strain and cool. Remove fat and clear before serving. Broiled fowl. Dress, clean, and truss a 4-pound fowl. Place on a trivet and kettle. Half surround with boiling water and add 1 sliced onion, 3 slices carrot, 2 stalks celery, 1 sprig parsley, and 1/2 teaspoon peppercorns. Bring quickly to boiling point. Then let simmer until tender, turning occasionally, adding 1/2 tablespoon salt the last hour of cooking. Remove to hot serving dish, garnish with parsley, and serve with celery sauce. Celery sauce. Wash and scrape celery and cut in 1/2 inch pieces. There should be 1½ cups. Cook in boiling salted water until soft. Drain and add to 1 1/2 cups white sauce made by melting 3 tablespoons butter, adding 2 1/4 tablespoons flour mixed with 1/2 teaspoon salt and a few grains pepper, and pouring on, gradually while stirring constantly, 1 1/2 cups scalded milk. 1/2 milk and 1/2 chicken stock may be used in place of all milk in making this sauce. Riced potatoes a la Kohlberg. Mash 8 hot boiled potatoes and season with 1/4 cup butter, 1/2 teaspoon salt, and 1/8 teaspoon paprika. Force through a potato ricer and pile lightly on a hot vegetable dish. Spinach, Swedish style. Wash 1/2 peck spinach and cook in an uncovered vessel in a large quantity of boiling salted water, to which is added 1/3 teaspoon soda, 1/2 teaspoon sugar. Drain, chop, and rub through sieve. Melt 2 tablespoons butter. Add spinach and cook 3 minutes. Then add 1 tablespoon flour and cook 2 minutes. Add 1/2 cup heavy cream and serve garnished with fried bread cut in triangles and yolks and whites of hard-boiled eggs. Tomato jelly salad. 2 cups tomatoes, 1 slice onion, 1/4 bay leaf, 3 cloves, 1 teaspoon sugar, 1 1/4 tablespoons granulated gelatin, 1/3 cup cold water, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon pepper. Mix first 5 ingredients. Bring to boiling point and let boil 15 minutes. Then rub through a sieve. Add gelatin dissolved in cold water and salt and pepper. Pour into individual molds and chill. Serve on lettuce leaves and garnish with horseradish sauce, 4 tablespoons grated horseradish root, 1 1/2 tablespoons vinegar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, few grains cayenne, 1/2 cup heavy cream. Mix first 4 ingredients and add cream beaten until stiff. Health food bread sandwiches. Cut health food bread with dates 24 hours old in as thin slices as possible and remove crusts. Spread 1/2 the pieces sparingly with butter and cover with remaining pieces. Cut in finger-shaped pieces and arrange on a plate covered with a doily. Health food bread with dates. 1 cup warm wheat mush, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon butter, 1/2 yeast cake, 1/4 cup lukewarm water, 1 cup dates, stoned and cut in pieces. Flour. Mix first 4 ingredients and add yeast cake dissolved in lukewarm water and flour to knead. Cover and let rise until mixture has doubled its bulk. Cut down, add dates, and shape in a loaf. Put in a buttered bread pan, let rise, and bake 50 minutes in a moderate oven. Chocolate ice cream with Zwieback. 2 cups scalded milk, 1 1/4 cups sugar, 1 tablespoon flour, 2 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2 squares chocolate, 1 tablespoon vanilla, 1 cup heavy cream, 3 cups Zwieback, dried and broken in small pieces, 3 cups thin cream. Mix sugar, flour, and salt. Add eggs slightly beaten and milk gradually. Cook over hot water until a coating is formed on the spoon, stirring constantly at first, afterwards occasionally. Melt chocolate. Dilute with hot mixture, then add to remaining mixture. Cool. Add thin cream and vanilla. Strain and freeze. Just before serving, add heavy cream beaten until stiff and Zwieback. Menu number 8. Animals feed, man eats. The intelligent man alone knows how to eat. Severin. Onion soup, braised leg of mutton, sautéed potato balls, mashed turnips, cauliflower vol au vent, stuffed tomato salad, boiled dressing, coffee sponge. Onion soup. See page 17 under Family Dinners, menu number 4. Braised leg of mutton. Wipe meat, sprinkle with salt, and lard both sides with thin strips of fat bacon. Sauté in bacon fat until the entire surface is browned, turning the meat frequently. Put in a deep dish and add 1 onion and 1 carrot, sliced, a sprig of parsley, 1/2 bay leaf, 2 cloves, 10 peppercorns, and 4 cups boiling water. Cover closely and cook in a slow oven for 4 hours. Remove meat to hot serving dish. Strain liquor and remove all fat. Put 2 tablespoons fat in saucepan, and when well browned, add 3 tablespoons flour and continue the browning. And then pour on gradually while stirring constantly the strained stock, of which there should be 1 1/2 cups. Serve the gravy from a gravy boat. Sautéed potato balls. Prepare balls, same as for fried potato balls. See page 242 under Formal Dinners, menu number 2. And parboil in boiling salted water 10 minutes. Drain and put in an omelet pan with a small piece of butter and sprinkle sparingly with paprika. Cover, set on back of the range, and cook until delicately browned, shaking pan frequently. Mashed turnips. Wash, pare, and cut round white turnips in 8ths. Cook in boiling salted water until soft, adding salt during the last half hour of cooking. Drain very dry, mash, and season with butter and salt. Cauliflower vol au vent. Remove crust from a 5-cent baker's loaf. Cut out center in such a way as to leave a box-shaped case, having walls 1/2 inch in thickness. Beat 3 eggs slightly and add 6 tablespoons milk. Season with salt. Dip bread case in mixture and turn frequently that all parts may be soaked with the mixture. Then drain and fry in deep fat. Fill with creamed cauliflower to which has been added 1/2 cup grated cheese. Sprinkle with grated cheese. Cover with soft breadcrumbs browned in butter and put in oven to reheat. Stuffed tomato salad. Peel medium-sized tomatoes. Remove a thin slice from stem end of each and take out seeds and some of the pulp. Sprinkle insides with salt. Invert and let stand 1/2 hour. Fill tomatoes with apple and celery, cut in small pieces, using an equal quantity of each mixed with boiled dressing. Arrange on lettuce leaves and garnish top of each with boiled dressing. Boiled dressing. 3 egg yolks, 4 tablespoons olive oil, 1/2 cup melted butter, 2 tablespoons vinegar, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon mustard, 1/2 teaspoon pepper, 1/8 teaspoon cayenne. Whipped cream. Beat yolks of eggs until thick and lemon colored. Add oil very slowly, butter, vinegar, and lemon juice while beating constantly. Cook in double boiler until mixture thickens and a coating is formed on the spoon. Add salt, mustard, pepper, and cayenne, which have been mixed and sifted. Chill thoroughly, and when ready to serve, mix with an equal quantity of whipped cream. Coffee sponge. 2 tablespoons granulated gelatin, 1/4 cup cold water, 2 cups strong boiled coffee, 1 cup sugar, whites 3 eggs. Soak gelatin in cold water and add to hot coffee. Then add sugar. Strain into pan. Set in larger pan of ice water. Cool slightly, then beat using a wire whisk until quite stiff. Add whites of eggs beaten until stiff and continue beating until mixture will hold its shape. Turn into a mold, first dipped in cold water. Chill thoroughly. Remove from mold and serve with sugar and thin cream. Sweet dreams.